much deeper when you quit playing charades. Yeah. You act so cool, but underneath you seem afraid. There's something sweet about your eyes when you feel safe. Yeah. But you keep running away. Owe it to yourself today. Just try to open up and show someone you care. It might not be intentional, but you seem scared. Just try to open up and let it lead somewhere. Breathe in some love and let yourself unfold. Breathe in some love and let yourself unfold. There's something juvenile about your pretty face, but it seems so hard for you to know when you need space. I hope you find your peace and that you get a pace with yourself. Oh, yeah. Let yourself unfold. Yeah. Let yourself unfold. Owe it to yourself today. Just try to open up and show someone you care. It might not be intentional, but you seem scared. Just try to open up and let it lead somewhere. Breathe in some love and let yourself unfold. Breathe in some love and let yourself unfold. Open up, just spread your wings and jump to rise, not fall. You flying higher. You jump to fly higher. Open up, just spread your wings and jump to rise, not fall. You flying higher. You jump to fly higher. Standing on the edge while you're looking down, flying down on the ground just to find out. You fly so fly, don't ya? Keep riding skies, won't ya? Standing on the edge while you're looking down, fly down on the ground just to find out. You fly so fly, don't ya? Keep riding skies. To yourself today. Just try to open up and show someone you care. It might not be intentional, but you seem scared. Just try to open up and let it lead somewhere. Breathe in some love.
Standing by the edge now, looking out, 'cause I wanted to know. Waiting for the interstate light. I don't need a reason to show. I know it's all about you and I, and the things we know. We will keep on falling down, but I won't let go.
Mixed Masters Division action here from EMUC 2023. The players were so keen to get going, they even started a little early. Benji Rees alongside Steph Rapazzo for our final game of the day here. The French earning a turnover on that far sideline.
And a nice start then for the French if they've already got themselves a turnover. Here's another look, Benj. They did, as you say, come flying out of the gates as Muller brings it back in.
Not just yet, though. It's going to be a violation. Players getting going just a tad too soon. So Müller going wide. Nagaoka gets a big hand on it to earn this back for the Dutch offense, and they're trying to go quickly here. The pickup and grip and rip to Nagaoka, and now towards the end zone for Timo Verkerk, and that is a hold for the Dutch. Not the clean hold they would have liked, but it counts all the same.
If it ain't Dutch, it ain't much. Nice throw by Nagaoka to catch that in. A hand block. I guess it's double happiness to some, and Nagaoka got the hand block and the assist, not the totally traditional double happiness, but he's happy. Oh, it's not Nagaoka with the hand block either. I'm catching up here. We're putting it all together.
Yeah,
Van Miesen.
Nagaoka did get the block, but yeah, you see here the quick pickup from Kesigwo, and then Nagaoka just putting the blade, striking quickly there. You see what a difference had the quick pickup made for the Netherlands, because the French took things slow. They got themselves trapped on the far sideline, whereas the Dutch were able to strike quickly in transition to take the 1-0 lead. So France, rather than have O and D lines, they've got a kind of 1 and 2 lines, and they'll just switch between them as Terrier goes to Kayla in the backfield. Kayla to Bruni, the Italian. Somehow threads that through to Maillard, but there's no continuation from that. This time the Dutch are going to take things a little bit slower. Trying to get the disc off the line, which they do to Bertet. Trying to activate the handler coming through, instead underneath, and quickly shot deep. I'm not sure the receiver really saw this one. Was too far out in front for Nick Hermans.
Yeah, big throw there by Evan Lowe. And while we're talking about him, shout out, his mom's their physio and will be on her way here tomorrow.
I love that, as that disc is ripped deep for the French, and I understand wanting to call Pauline Lemaitres' number because she was superb this morning, but that one just continued to zip away from them.
Yes, so a couple back and forth now, a bit of ping pong match. We talk about Lemaitre. She had that good game this morning. All around great athlete, an ex-handballer, plays very high level handball, maybe not even ex, but comes from handball as her primary sport, and is just a fierce competitor is what I'm told, and they look for her to score and get the turns.
Well, she's not going to get the turn there, but she might still yet get the score. Kayla picking up quickly. They're shutting out that dump coverage well, so they're putting it into the congested area. Lemaitre does make the catch, but I don't think it's surprised to see the pick called on that one, because it was very congested.
Yeah, very congested, suspiciously open. You see 4 players cut through the same 1 meter box at the front of that end zone, and yeah, I think, I mean, you can't really over contest this, but again, Benji, with my track record on the day of what I think you can and can't do and what has and hasn't happened out there, I should probably bite my tongue. Back in.
Not yet, because there's a violation. So we are under the lights here in Bologna, just shy of the end zone. Can they get over the precipice? Aubert goes back to Kayla. Kayla saw the inside space there, couldn't get it in, and then the wide open pass. And Kayla just sails it out of the side, and he has his hand there in apology.
Yeah, he knows he would love to have that one back. He knows he did not do what he's capable of doing. And as such, he's given the Dutch another chance at a break opportunity.
Yeah, neither side with the cleanest start to this game. And as if to illustrate the point, out of the hands of Gardner, and quickly punished that time. Kayla de Terrier off the quick pickup for the score.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't say that enough, that was not a clean start. The irony of the careless drop immediately thereafter, but a 6 turnover point and 8 turnovers in the first two points. This is not a tidy start. Both teams can kind of take a little sigh of relief in knowing that, okay, dirty or clean, it's still only 2 holds. All those turnovers, put them away. It's a 1-1 game. The game is slightly shortened, but still lots to play for here. But they're both going to want to be a lot tidier than the way they've kicked things off here, Benji.
Yeah, certainly room for improvement from both sides. The ball fielded by Clement. Centered, and then Nagaoka wants to rip it again. He wants his second assist in as many O points, but that one just... The option was there, I don't hate the look, but it just continued to go out of the sideline, didn't quite get the edge to keep it in bounds.
Yeah, Nagaoka was feeling it after that first one and just felt a bit too much of it there. As he said, I didn't hate that option either, but he was working with, you know, throwing it cross field like that towards that sideline. You got to be a bit, well, at least closer to inch perfect than that.
So looking for the game's first break here, the French. Njai underneath. Centering is struggling maybe to create separation somewhat downfield. Dutch switching up front. Njai again. Taking the reset to Müller. Müller has the upline card there from Guillaume Lemoine. Can she find the break off? Well, she's going to float it a little bit, but that's not a problem. And it's still reeled in by Affilé. Now Njai, who's eating up a lot of yardage for the French at this point. Shows the lead pass, but instead just into the backfield for Affilé. Müller. Been a disciplined possession so far for France. Going all the way around. Lucas Donnel. Oh, the defender sold all the way down the river. Now they've got some break slide movement. Can Müller capitalize? Everything converges towards the front of the end zone, but they will get it in there eventually. Affilé finds his target. It's Laurent Guillaume Lemoine, and it's 2-1 France.
Yeah, you said it early in that possession, a very disciplined possession by the French. Lemoine helps cash it in, the 30-year-old out of Grenoble. Does the finishing touches, but a lot of great work there. I think you mentioned Njai. She did a lot of the gaining, got a lot of the gainers, chopped away at a lot of the meters, but Affilé and Müller behind the disc, really conservative, I would say.
Yeah.
Moving into the dump space, throwing a couple fakes, opening up a swing, and more than happy to take the swing. That is Müller's MO. Is to just be that reset dump. The is no good product. Played for Sun and Phoenix, but yeah, he loves to be behind the disc and provide the easy option, and he does a great job of it. Look out for a laser of a forehand that he's got to go with it.
So the ball fielded on the bounce by Kailash. Stephanie Batet. Continuing the disc all the way around towards the far sideline. Zipping through, that's a huge bid from Kayla that gets nothing. As the Dutch standing firm in face of the pressure. Puig. Oh, a little bit of an overthrow, and greedily gobbled up there by Pouponneau. As the open break side option, and it's chosen Elisa Bruni. That one, I think Laurent would probably want that one back because it was in and out of the grass.
Yeah, they had a glorious opportunity to break there. I thought it was great defensive pressure the first time, but now giving it straight back to the Dutch.
Trying to utilise some throw and go in the backfield. Oh, it's popped up over one defender, but not the second. Good pressure. The Dutch offence looking a little bit rattled here. As a deep shot, he was leaning back as he threw it. It's got plenty of air underneath it. Kayla's the meat and a Dutch sandwich. And that's not where he wanted to be.
Not at all when you're the intended receiver. Being the meat of a Dutch sandwich is not particularly the greatest situation.
So the Netherlands again, trying to find a way through. But the pressure and the stall count is rising. Just about get the release foul. There's the deep shot to try and uncork the pressure. They're looking for Lowe in the end zone. Picheri gets the block, but then a foul called on the contact there from Lowe, who you can see wearing that bulky shoulder brace.
A excellent knock away there, coming from behind. Picheri knocks it away. There's a little bit of a conversation that will ensue here.
Yeah, I think maybe saying that there was the usage of the left arm there from Picheri to try and create a little bit of space for him to attack it.
Again, initial impression, I see it there. You see it again. I mean, just the jump, isolate the jump, and he went up clean and took it. But all of these steps before the jump, he used that left arm, the shiver, to create separation. And I'd say, as such, watching that replay, that's a foul. Evan Lowe has the right to call that foul. But now, the fact that I've said I believe it's a foul, I think they're going to resolve it the other way based on my record for the day. There is this first whistle. They need to come to a resolution now, and usually, if they're still chatting out there, the resolution is contest. So we had a shout out to Evan Lowe's mom, April, the physio, and he's in good nick. He's got his own shoulder brace on there, so, and it is a foul contest. Also a shout out to Louis, one of the teammates, the warm-up captain for the Dutch, who has just recently not been able to come. I'm not sure if it was because of injury or not, but he's not here, and the team misses him, so they're sure he'll be at home watching. So shout out to you, Louis. The team misses you.
Warm-up captain.
I know, there's a captain for everything. Be the warm-up. You be the make sure everybody's shoelaces are well tied captain.
But to be fair, without sounding disrespectful, warming up probably quite important in Masters.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I say that as someone who is not yet Masters age, but I'll trust your judgment on this one, Steph.
Yes, a warm-up is very important, Benji, for older bones and muscles.
It's all right. My bones feel great Grandmaster's age, so I get it. Trying to force that one down the sideline into a really congested space in the middle of the field. Thought about calling the foul there, did Puig. Violation maybe because it looked like the Puig was going to make the call and then didn't. Just getting told if you stop because you thought there was a call and there wasn't a call. Unlucky, mate.
Or, yeah, those are the exact words.
Just outside the end zone. Surely the French can punch this one in. Going with the offhand to release Kayla. Kayla's got the break side continuation of Pouponneau. And now the metronomic qualities of this French offense in full display as Picheri to Pouponneau puts on another French break. That's 3 in a row for Les Bleus, and it's 3-1.
Les Bleus come out firing after the call in the end zone. They work it up the field. They are hitting stride. Again, not sure about the call resolution, but after that, the French are looking the better team here. Cyril Kela putting his stamp on this offense, and the finishing touches, of course, Picheri to Pouponneau. Pouponneau, a product of Paris. Pouk, the 37-year-old.
Yeah, the reigning European champions in the mixed division. Of mixed masters, I should say.
Ah, okay, yes.
Yeah, took home the crown in Wrocław last May. Pouponneau now based in Lyon, though.
Doing it for MTX.
Whoa. To Clement. Clement utilising the offhand there to Meesters. Again, the Dutch offense really trying to hit its straps, and it's been a bit of a struggle for them so far. The French defense has throttled them well. Stoica back into the backfield for Guo. Everything looking quite static downfield, high stall. Nagaoka eventually unveils himself. And that one off the bidding hands of Suzanne Duel.
Yeah, Suzanne Duel punched the ground there afterwards. Tough catch and go to earth for it, but one that, of course, she backs herself to make. And the French are going to get another opportunity out of this. And this is dangerous to stretch it open by much more than this early in the game.
Affile has the underneath to Gabriel. Getting into the upper echelons of the stall count, but they are able to find Tahar. Now fully, squarely in the red zone, as Moke has a bit of contact there. I expect this one to be accepted.
Yeah, but they're still talking about it, and it was Guo who indicated first that the foul was called, but we have not seen any hand signals that indicate whether she accepts or contests, and she's shown a contest to that, which to me is surprising.
Yeah, I thought that was still clearly in Moke's hands.
Oh, I mean, that really shows it there. Guo maybe would love to see that one back, but she doesn't have that benefit out there. She's got to go it the way she felt it happening.
This does stay with Moke. And Moke down the line, gonna have to be a bit of a chase down, not a problem though for Affile. And it's France 4, Netherlands 1 now. After, yeah, a slightly shaky start to the game, it does seem like the French have found something here.
Yeah, the turnovers have been less and less since then. I mean, the Dutch are still giving them at least one per point because we're breaking now if we're French. And 2 of those breaks have come as clean breaks. One was another big mixer with a 3-2 turnover balance. But yeah, even that, you know, tough turnover by Duel there. But right now, you can't give the French anything, certainly not this many kicks at the break can.
No, 4-1 France lead here with the Dutch, somewhat understandably, taking the timeout.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
Netherlands breaking their huddle. They've dug themselves a bit of a hole here early, scored the game's first point, but France have put in 4 in a row since then to take a commanding position in this first half. Benji and Steph Rapazzo with you. The Mixed Masters Division action from the European Masters Ultimate Championships from right here on the ground in beautiful Bologna.
Bologna, the beautiful land in Italia. There you see some of the Bolognese volunteers who happen to be top-end players themselves, a few of them on that bench.
Put them in, coach.
Yeah, let's get them in there. I don't think they meet the age requirements, that's for sure, for this tournament. Maybe if you doubled their age, maybe. But it's as good a time as ever to remind you at home to click that like button. Like and subscribe. We will continue to remind you. So you might as well continue to behave and obey what we say. Like and subscribe. Do it for the obedience or do it for the love of the stream.
We appreciate it all the same. Still count rising here, just got to get this one off, putting a bit of air underneath it and brought down well by Van Eisen. Nagaoka. Zipping one through an inside lane, needed to be attacked and was. Whoa. Down the line, there's the deep shot. The Dutch try and set up the isolation. They've got position, it's well defended, but not well enough. Catching it is Xenia Rudenko.
And boy, oh boy, did they need that. Xenia Rudenko had a screaming under that she created earlier in the possession, came through to keep this possession alive, and then provided the option to score. 34-year-old out of Cooperstown, New York, living in Amsterdam. The defensive cutter there, getting on the board.
That's really good defensive coverage there from Lucille Fernand, because she is so close to tipping that one away. On her debut for the French national team at this tournament, Fernand, and she didn't get the block there, but she was mighty close.
Rudenko, very protective of Dutch strategies earlier when I was talking to Ingeborg Koolhaas about Dutch systems, how they run their lines, and she's like, hey, don't give away our secrets. Wondering if I was infiltrating information illegally or that could be of detriment to the Dutch. And I assured, this is for the good of the people at home to know more and more. But there, Rudenko doing what she can to make all that not matter.
So there's a deep shot out of the hands of Müller. He did say that he has got that big forehand. A complete misread, I'm afraid, though, from Tahar. Just looked like he never really got true side of it. And comfortably taken away by the Dutch. Maybe that timeout has just given them that extra boost that they needed as it's reset to Gardner. Gardner, eyes locked on the reset, gets it away, but there's nothing really going on downfield. Eventually, they get that break side cut. Centre to low. Now they're trying to get a little bit of rhythm. There's the deep shot. Poik is the target. Can she chase it down in time? No, not with the edge, taking it gradually away from her.
There's a pair of forehands back and forth that were big, but not quite on. The one coming out of Müller for the French, and that one there out of the hands of Clément, I think. Gardner, rather. That's right. But both of those just, good to stretch the field, but they were not on. No receiver error on the first one. I don't think the throw's got to be a bit more precise than that.
Yeah, the receiver could have done better, Tahar, on the initial French deep shot, but could have certainly been a better throw as well, as that one's behind Tahar. And the Dutch looking for the end zone again. That's a very good catch under pressure from Lowe, even though he's just on the end zone line. Are they able to force their way through? Or took the high stall shot towards the back cone, but Berte didn't seem to think that was open and pulled out.
Yeah, that was like the Indiana Jones catch. Like he went through his heart to get that or something. I don't know how he got through Mueller, but he did. But a bit of a preservation of greatness there as the next throw to score leads too far in front. And the Dutch give it back to Matt Mueller and company.
Why would you reference the worst Indiana Jones film? I include the remake, the new ones in that as well.
The worst? Come on, Benj.
I stand by it. Temple of Doom's a horrible film. We can go into this later. As the French are making a quick work of this Dutch defence. There's the scoring shot. Chased down in stride by Sylvain Le Cardinal. And the French are not going to score because this one's going to go back on a pick potentially.
Send it back. Le Cardinal didn't want to score that easily, that immediately, so they're going to do it again. He's going to have tighter shoes to score that goal anyways, Benji.
Okay. Taking on the break. Oh, it's going to ask a lot, and it's going to ask too much.
I'm not sure there wasn't a little hand block.
I thought it might have taken a little bit of a tip, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it may well have just got a little finger on it by Stephanie Bertet.
Just the tiniest tip of keratin from the fingernail, potentially. But it was enough. Puig to Gardner, who's turning to look downfield. He's showing that he does have that propensity for the put, but not this time. Down the line, leading throw into space. Bertet brings it down, and now stretching. Stephanie Bertet with the score, and that is the Dutch break. They're back within one.
And the Frenchman himself doing damage against his home nation. From Annecy, Benoit Bertet, playing for the Dutch, living in the Netherlands for years and years now. But, you know, born and raised, he is a Frenchman, and he's doing some serious damage against his natural compatriots there with this beautiful throw. Set up, stand, and deliver on in power position. And whether there was a hand block by Bertet or not, the goal goes from Bertet to Bertet. We did see a little celebration smooch there running down the field afterwards. So
Yeah, the so-called honey pass.
honey pass indeed, Ben.
Shout out to their two little ones watching at home, Timothée and Mir, who apparently are ones to watch for the future, according to the very unbiased source of their father. For Bertet, it must be nice to be able to strut his stuff out here on the live stream because COVID-19 deprived him of that opportunity last year in Limerick. Lemaitre being forced into a high stall here, but they do find the release valve. Albert, now Kayla. Bruni now acting as the pivot point of that offense. Fernand just about leads it past Nagaoka into Kayla. Now down the line to Bruni, and it bounces out of her hands.
Very unexpected there, rare. I mean, every error at this level is rare, but Bruni did not expect that one to not be in her hands.
And France are giving the Dutch an avenue back into this game. That one is ripped from Dewell. Oh my goodness, what a throw! It came out of nowhere, it leapt out of her hands and delivered a frozen rope.
Who in the what now? Suzanne Delwell goes yard there, 3/4 of the pitch on a rope. You know, the receiving end there, Rudenko, yes, great work, great cutting, great running. She didn't need to do much to deviate. That throw was absolutely perfect. There's another look at it. Okay, she had to keep her toes in, but really she just had to look like, yes, I'm still in bounds. Let's make sure of it. What a throw by Suzanne Deluel. Let's have one more look at it. Look at that full body wind up. She put everything she had into that, and Rudenko finishes the job there. Deluel and the Dutch are not going away. Deluel, the 40-year-old out of Rotterdam, a dentist when she's not playing ultimate. And that might account for some of that accuracy when she throws for power.
Yeah, certainly precision important in that job. Here's a deep shot from France. They like the look of it. Affile, they've got the receiver at the back of the end zone, and Moquet reels it in. Both sides trading deep strikes. It's 5-4 France.
Yeah, going back and forth. Moquet, nice run there. Affile puts it on a dime himself. A back and forth affair we've had for a couple of these long points. This one, a clean hold and a bit of a response, especially after the deep shot that closed out that last point. When we talk about Deluel, to have a nice, quick, I think there's 3 throws to set that up, or to get it up, you know, to the brick mark by the time the defense was on, and then it was just 2 throws to Affile and a quick, efficient point by the French to respond. 2 goals and an assist to Moquet. She's having a great game out there right now for her country. And we're in a great game right now ourselves. France with a 3-2 lead in terms of breaks. That's sometimes how we count in this sport, of course. It's 5-4 on the scoreboard, and that is the most indicative.
Yeah, the winner of this game tops the pool and confirms their quarterfinal spot. Tomorrow they will play a seeding game against another pool winner, just to even things out going into the bracket. As the deep shot there, Lemaitre was all over. That's her 3rd block of the game already. Wow. I mean, she made such an impact in the game we streamed for France Mixed this morning against the German Mixed Grandmasters. And making her presence felt once more. Nothing France could do with it though. Netherlands earning the turn back. Going slow. Guo to pick up. That one a little bit too inside. Defender had position, and any guesses who got the block?
I don't know who got the block. Was it Lemaitre?
Yeah, here it was.
Again, Lemaitre with a block.
She is a real problem as the throw is behind Pouponneau. He tried to adjust, reach out the left hand, but the disc was always too far. Clement. Ponytail poking through the back of that cap. Jinking, jiving, this way then that. Guo was the option instead. Isolating the reset. Eventually gets free of Kayla's clutches. But they're just going backwards here at the moment, the Dutch. That synergy between the handlers and the cutters isn't there. Stoica with a very vertical hammer off the line, but it works to find Myers. Myers leading throw into space. Chased down, now there's a bit more rhythm, but the shots to the end zone, the cutter had already stopped. Coverage too strong, but unfortunately, it had already been released by Peter Van Huysen.
And so we are into our 5th turnover of the point. It's a grinder out there. France get the disc back. Dutch, as much as they move the offense, still seem a little bit rushed. Ooh, but they've given it right back, Benji.
They have indeed. On the end zone line, the Dutch can't do anything with it. Just throwing it out of the side of the end zone. Clearly, evidently trying to take advantage of the transition, but got ahead of themselves.
And these turnovers are really starting to mount. I mean, they were before. Now they're just pouring in. 6 turnovers, 7 turnovers in the point.
I wonder how long before we see the timeout.
I mean, 4 steps, 3, 2, 1, 0. Nope.
I was going to say off the slow turn. That would have surprised me if we saw the timeout there. As some of Sardinia's finest beverages have arrived.
All the way from Sardinia, or the Bologna supermercato.
Of course, you are Italian, Steph. I've seen your passport.
Yes, so Italian. The Italians love to know that I'm Italian.
That one thrown into coverage. Leroc tried to pick up the pieces in behind, but couldn't. Cheers.
And
there's the timeout.
There it is, Benji. Only 42 turnovers into the point. I mean, only 8 turnovers into the point.
But it felt like it had been coming. Both sides lacking fluency. The timeout here seems a good option. Just going to look at that final turn. Throw into congested coverage, and Leroc couldn't quite pick it up in behind. 5-4 France, edging in front of the Netherlands here. Can the Dutch get back on the board after this timeout? There are so many reasons to outfit your team in Force beyond just looking the part of a champion. Force offers professional design services with their dedicated graphics team. All apparel is produced in France. Force works with a local labour team and their raw materials are sourced in Europe. Force insists on transparency with no hidden fees and international express shipping. Look the part and play the part with Force Sportswear. France leading the Netherlands here. The Dutch taking a timeout. They are down a break here and they want to avoid being down another. They were 4-1 down and then scored 3 on the spring to bring us level. France with a clean hold and the Dutch are struggling to get it done out there. Ooh. Just faked it out of his grasp. It's going to float for a while, but not for long enough for the French defender to get there. That's offline. Now they're going to try and take the deep strike to Picheri. No. Kayla trying to motion players into position. Wants the little give off. Just about gets it away to Maillard. Kayla. Terrier taking off deep. Picheri, there's a pick. Maybe not a surprise with the point taking a while that there is a little bit of congestion or fatigue in the centre. Is going to stay with Picheri though. Lemaitre. Back to Kayla. Force stepping off a little bit to shut down that break lane. Kayla with a rising stool, going with the high release, all in and out of the hands of Pouponneau. I wonder now that if that stuck earlier in the day, but under the lights with maybe a bit more dew and slightly slippier conditions, that just weasels its way through.
Yeah, I mean, Pouponneau probably wish he had that. Still not the best option. High stall count release for Kayla. And 2 turns again since the timeout, Benji.
Yeah, 1 apiece. The Dutch getting into another high stall situation. Defense is really clamping down as Guo looking to thread it deep. Oh, the closing speed across the grass. There's a defender on the floor, Leroc. We're looking for Rudenko again, who has been such a threat in that deep space for the Dutch.
I mean, let's see how they work this out. This could go all the way, and it does.
Happy with that one, Steph?
Yeah, I mean, it popped into my head, and you know how difficult it is to retain them once they're there.
It's legit. I back you, mate. I back you.
But what a way to finish such an ugly point, we'll say, for the 8 turnovers that happened before that. They were ugly. That was a thing of beauty. That was a beautiful finish, a streaking shot, probably 60, 70 meters there. Again, Rudenko on the receiving end. Again, Rudenko's showing great speed, wonderful pace, but didn't need to do much except maintain her line because another absolute dime came scorching towards her.
Yeah, just needed someone to take charge, and that proved to be Guo, who's represented teams from native Beijing, from Hong Kong, Denmark, and the Belgium, as well as, of course, the Netherlands, and she was one of the AO All-Stars back in 2018, the Asia Oceanic All-Stars, who went on that tour across the US to play some of the top women's teams. And
I remember it.
do you remember who brought that to you free of charge?
ULTI.TV.
I believe it was.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, Benji. ULTI.TV bringing you free, live Ultimate that's always archived and on demand after the fact too. All we ask of you is to keep watching, be a viewer, be a liker, be a subscriber, and get on to Patreon, patreon.com/ULTI.TV. Have a read, see what it's about, and see if that appeals to you as well.
For as little as a bottle of Ignusa a month, you can bring free Ultimate to as many people as possible. There's a really good adjustment there from Muller, but he was going for the, you'd call it the Springsteen knee slide. I feel that's probably appropriate for a man of Muller's vintage.
Yeah.
Looking for the backhand towards the fore side was Berthe, but it's too far out in front.
A one-throw break opportunity there. French get it straight back.
Yeah, I wondered if Berthe was maybe expecting a little bit more give in the surface on the slide, but it was not there. Muller takes the poached reset. But both sides really struggling to get free downfield. Spectacular bid from Inga Hui. I mean, I love the effort, even if it didn't get there.
That's it, like, yes, spectacular bid is all that needs saying, really. I think it was way too far out in front. The sideline was coming to make it. Even if she did catch him, she probably would have been on that line. But love to see the body get chucked around like that with reckless abandon, do everything to give your team an opportunity to maintain possession.
You say reckless abandon. I disagree, because it wasn't reckless. You know, reckless is when you you don't have a vision of the field as a whole, but she had the space to make the layout, so why not go for it? The Netherlands do give it back on that first centering pass. Muller looking for the rip towards the end zone. If you can't work it under, why not strike deep? And Julienne Gabriel makes it 6-5 to France.
Julienne Gabriel, the recipient of Muller's first beautiful big forehand that I've come to expect out of him. Julienne Gabriel, the 38-year-old who was coaching Révolutionnaire in North Paris just last year. He stepped off the coaching block and put his focus back into playing. And reckless abandon, though, I'm going to go back to that, Benji. The recklessness to abandon care for your own body, that
I will give you.
Which was to reckless, yes. To that end, I will stand by the reckless abandon.
No, I was maybe a little bit harsh on you, Steph.
That's fine, Benji. I'll be okay.
I know you will. There is one other game going on the fields in this late time slot with the pools of 3 in the mixed masters division. It means that you kind of every team playing at the same time. So some of these teams in this late time slot played at 10:40 this morning and are now having an extended break before suiting up again at 7. One of those teams was France. The other was Great Britain. The long break doesn't seem to have done Great Britain any harm, as the Poland side that had that universe point game against Slovakia. Maybe they left it all out on the field because Great Britain have raced to a 12-2 lead and look to be topping the pool there.
Benji, the slow first half means that we've come to a time now. It will be halftime at 7, not 8.
Well spotted. There's a shot from the Dutch. Again, looking to thrive on the deep game, and Nagaoka is such a rangy athlete that you totally understand wanting to put the rock in his hands deep, and it's a point that proves to pay dividends. It's sixes, and we got ourselves a Galaxy point.
Galaxy, baby. Love the Galaxy point. Love when it sets up a universe even more. But the little brother of the universe is the Galaxy. To take half, Nagaoka really having a game out there. I mean, from the hand and here into hand as well. Love to have a quick look at his bio. The Amsterdammer, 35-year-old. His heroes, the Orts, father and son. Joran Ort, we know and love, has been incredible mentor to so many Dutch players. Ben Ort turning into one of the best European players who's doing it on.
I think he's turned into that, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, what he's doing on U.S. soil right now, goodness gracious. I mean, he picked for Universe point line, threw the game-winning goal for the last major tournament over there for Truck Stop. So shout out to them on behalf of Nagaoka as his sporting heroes.
Yeah, and Joran's been a big supporter of ULTI.TV for many a year. So yeah, more than happy to give both father and son a shout out. Well identified, Joji. So France looking for a clean hold on Universe. This time they are going to try and work it underneath, and why not? When they got that break side flow going, the Dutch did not have an answer. And Müller punches it into Hui, and that is half.
When did they decide to make things tidy out here? I mean,
it's weird. We've had periods of kind of slightly agricultural ultimate, and then periods where nice and clean game has broken out. It's come in fits and starts, but it has given France the edge. 7-6 going into the half, and they can do the old 2-for-0 because they'll be receiving when we get back underway. Here is a replay of that final point, just manipulating defenders back and forth. That is key for me, that little offload that gets Müller attacking the disc, seeing the play develop in front of him, and he hits Hui in stride. 7-6, France leading Netherlands in mixed masters pool play action live at EMUC.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our
our
work
work.
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Wait. Isn't this for the other apparel? We've got like new stuff, right? Bring it in.
Feast your eyes on the new fan version of our iconic ULTI.TV sweatshirts. Great fan gear available for you. Check out our new range of colors and insist on staying warm and looking fresh. Shipping is available after EUCF. Get your fan gear and be one of us.
How do you say welcome in Italian, Steph? It's not as good as it used to be. Benvenuti? Benvenuti to Bologna, the European Masters Ultimate Championships. Mixed Masters Division action here. Last game of pool play. France and the Netherlands looking to top the pool and seal their spot in the quarter-finals. for the loser, they will have to pay a crossover against the Irish, who we saw have that heartbreaking universe point loss in the last game. So it's not a guaranteed that you even win that one. So you can see how important it is that you seal your spot in this game here. Benji Reese, Steph Passo alongside me. How you doing, Steph?
Couldn't be better, Benji. This is, you know, it's always a little bit sad as we get towards the end of the season. And we are there. This is the last EU tournament on the schedule. It's sad. It's the start of this tournament. I'm excited for the next 4 days. But that's how I'm feeling, Benji. That said, it's been a great season. Looking forward to doing more in the off season, so that we can bring more Ultimate, more content to everyone. And right now, nothing but good times, Benji. Loving this game.
France, upper point at half, receiving and striking deep with Gabriel. Oh, they are just outside the end zone. Will they stay patient? Will they go for the scoring shot? Oh, that is denied by Evan Lowe for the Netherlands.
Wow, how low can you go, Evan, with the big block?
And what on earth, did he keep it in bounds? Yes. On that far sideline, trying to get a spot of who the number is. Centre pass goes to Verkerk. There's the deep shot. Surely not for the Netherlands. They've been hot this point. And it was out of the hand. The good work wasted. The toe-in on the far sideline from Hermans. I thought they could make it work. But I've just got to ask. I know it's your dominant hand. Why go trailing edge there?
Yeah, you're right, Benji. Opposite hand may well have had the better body position on this layout chance there. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he was just a bit too far away for him to believe that the leap would have got there. And as such, France get it back. They're playing out of their own end now as the Dutch try and recoil, wonder what went on. A double bicep flex on the field. That's a pick call.
Which way to the beach, Steph?
Any which way. We're in this Italian peninsula. You can go one way or the other. You'll find a beach eventually.
We'll just hop on the train to Rimini. How does that sound?
Okay. That's actually my plan on Monday. I'm looking forward to it.
You'll enjoy it. Had many a good time in Rimini, most of which I cannot reveal on air. Actually, that's not true, but it's just not the right time for it.
It's like we've got a game on our hands or something.
So true, bestie. Look out the net. Flips that one out of the hands. Müller utilises the lefty backhand. Now Gabriel went to try and squeeze one down the line and gets a face full of Timo Verkerk for his troubles. Foul call quickly accepted. And the French have shown that they do like to try and stretch teams horizontally, utilize the field width to its full dimensions. Surely that break side continuation has to go to Affilé. Been key for the French with a goal and 2 assists so far as they continue to spread it back and forth. Like some butter across some beautifully baked French bread. And that one is the scoring pass, just continually shuffling them back and forth. Did the damage in the end, punched in for the score is Sylvain Lucadonel.
And great look there, Muller gets the assist. Lucadonel gets the goal, but Laurent Guillaume-Lemoine gets my vote for player of that point to keep that possession alive in the middle of the field there. A heck of a catch required. Strong right hand to kind of crab clamp that. The 30-year-old here, we're going to get another look at it. There it is there, going to ground. And that was the moment where the point was made.
Everywhere you look, there's little story threads that you can pull apart and tease, because everyone has their own little history as to how and why they got here. As there is the scoring shot to Lucadonel. delighted for Lorraine Guillaume-Lemoine because somewhat belatedly she's picking up her first international cap this week, given that not once, not twice, but 3 times she's been due to represent France, only to have circumstance get in the way, mostly the fallout from the COVID pandemic that affected so many of us.
Yikes. The young master Lemoine, 30-year-old from Grenoble. We'll give her one last shout out for that incredible play to keep it alive.
You might hear some unbiased Dutch voices from our crew, hoping to power their compatriots to a comeback here. Of course, we are perfectly neutral here in the booth.
Perfectly neutral, like every single game we watch, Benji.
Annoyingly so, sometimes. Van Huysen. He wants the deep shot. It's blading, but it was well read early. Myers knew it was coming and adjusted for it. And now, oh, that was such a teaser. Almost like a toy on a stick, and you're just dangling it in front, and they could never quite get there. The edge just about takes it around, keeps it in bounds, and that's a clean hold for the Dutch. Stoica with the score.
Kung fu grip and rip there by Myers, as though he stared down the defender before throwing around. That was a throw that required a lot of sass, I'll say. Here we're getting another look at the setup on it. Here it is. But look at this throw. Now's the look up field, and boom, I'm gonna just go around you like you don't exist right now. And when you can control the shape on your throw like that, you become a great weapon. Right now, the Yankee-born New Yorker, 39-year-old Myers, well, he shows how well he can control the shape on his throws, Benji. That was a great OI backhand, as you call it. OI, of course, an outside in. Starts with the outside shape and comes back in for all of you getting into this game.
You'd expect Myers to have a good eye for the game, given that he is a qualified observer. Not that we use those in Europe.
What's an observer?
Exactly. It's a ref in disguise. Here we go. Here's the deep shot. That one towards the far sideline. Gabriel's got it, and both sides seem to have clicked back into rhythm here. Trading clean holds for 9-7.
Yeah, both defenders kind of got caught up with each other there as Gabriel peeled away with a bit of space. Coulard came in as help defense. They were both in the area by the time the disc got down there. Here's Muller before the rip. And Gabriel opens up really these last couple steps. The right turn there, he just got all the space. You see the arms thrown up by Verkerk. And he just couldn't follow the line. And as such, Coulars couldn't help out too much either, being on what would have been the soft side of the defensive sandwich if Verkerk can't really take away position.
Yeah, after maybe an up and down start to the game, Muller's really starting to assert his influence here, racking up his 3rd assist of the game.
Muller! A pleasure to coach Muller. Sporting hero Bart Watson.
Oh, that's a name.
Going back to the revolver days. He was #1 really on that U.S. roster in 2012 in Japan when they won back their title.
Played some Bravo as well, I think. What a name that is. As there's a shot towards the back of the end zone. I'll tell you what, where was this in the first half? Both sides seem to have come out as completely different animals. And that one, Marie Meesters, strides towards the back and catches the Dutch goal.
Is this a good game now? Did this just turn into a good game?
It always was, you just didn't realize it.
Yeah, 9-8 now. And yes, Benji, it was always a good game, but because of the efficiency now that they're picking up, Nagaoka with the throw and the reception to the 77 shirt there, Marie Meesters, and just clean, efficient offense coming out of these teams that had maybe first half jitters, maybe under the lights jitters. I don't know what we can chalk it up to, but it was not looking this tidy in the first half.
That's a great shot of Nagaoka because I think it encapsulates who he is. Yes, you can see his influence, but it's so rare to see him without a smile on his face. just clearly loves playing Ultimate and one of the nicest people you can hope to meet.
Yeah, always a good chat. Always happy for a chat, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I haven't actually said, I don't think I've spoken to enough to say always a good chat, but he's just always there.
He just seems like a good bloke.
Yeah, smile on his face, you've got it well read.
Incredibly Britishly. Here's Müller. Going down the far side, Gabriel. Across to Le Cardinal. Distributing this fairly swiftly at the moment. The French, as there is a pick downfield. Not sure it really affected that pass out to Müller on the far side.
I've just had one of the most endearing compliments in my life show up in the chats. Ted Butte, now he's going to take it back because I called him Butte.
And not Boita.
Butte says that my Dutch is getting better and better. How about that, Bench? Ted Butte.
I mean, if it got worse, I'd have been surprised.
Yeah, lekker, bitten balls.
We love you, Steph. Dutch is it's a difficult language to get the hang of, I think, as there is a violation.
I think the only way to properly learn Dutch is to jam your mouth full of frikandel on the daily, and the chewing really helps the pronunciation.
Interesting. I'll bear that in mind. The French, though, knocking on the door. The lead pass, putting a bit of air underneath it. I don't know whether that was the intended target or was it trying to lead a filet all the way into the space, but Le Cardinal doesn't care, and it's 10-8. That's now 4 clean holds in a row. Just the one turnover apiece on the first point of this half for each side, but both sides have come out after the break and just really clicked into gear.
Yeah, it is a tidy game. I said it moments ago. I will say it again right now. And the French do their part again. Le Monde with that little pie in the sky elevator release, but with lots of room on the sideline for Le Cardinal to run under. The Bordeaux native, 34-year-old, gets another stat to his name. And the French maintain their 2-goal lead, up by a deuce. So pressure on the Dutch now. They got us, they got to come up with 3 second-half breaks. They still need a 3-0 second-half breaks to surmount the French. So pressure on to get one of those. And I mean, pressure is now on their O-line, even though these are split lines, but their offense on the field to hold. Get your defense on the field. You got to feel the pressure a little bit. You got to understand the complexities of the game, and you got to get that defense on the field.
Everyone loves to get the break train rolling, but it has to leave the offensive station first. Nagaoka dishing off to Guo. Guo to Venhuizen. That one, ooh, he gunned it. There's going to be an opportunity for Nagaoka to make the sliding snag. Woo. That was not his play to make, and does that toad in at the back of the end zone? I had no perspective on it from here. Dutch players celebrate. Goal is good. Superb toe drag at the back there from Rudenko, catching her 4th goal of the game, and it was a little bit harem-scarum, but the Dutch make it work again. Yeah, Rudenko and Nagaoka, great connection there, both of them having blinders of games. Nagaoka, there it is again, that layout to keep that possession alive. We said the importance of getting the defense on the field, and wow, look at the play he makes. And this time, look at it one more time there. Goodness gracious, what a play. Very close to that sideline going down, but stays in and then, stands up and throws the dime. This time, I've said it on a couple of the Rudenko receptions that she's merely had to hold her line, and okay, yes, she had some speed. This time, okay, 1, she went up and got it, but 2, really had to mind the back line, put the toe down. Nobody gets 4 goals being lucky, I'll say that much. She is having a heck of a game, using the legs, having some, ultimate IQ and some great awareness of her surroundings to be able to keep the toe down there and cash one in, Benji. As the Dutch offside off the pool, so the France mixed master side will get the opportunity to bring it to the brick mark for free, and Nagaoka there just saying, heck your conservation of greatness. Doesn't matter that I make the sliding snatch. I'm going to put it anyway. In NBA Jam terms, he's heating up.
He's heating up!
I thought that was a reference you'd get.
We know what comes after the heat up, Benji.
Well, we'll see if the French can douse that fire. A clean hold will do a little bit to pour some water on.
Can the Dutch extinguish?
Nice little give-go movement down the far sideline. Taha. France seeming unfazed here by this Dutch defense.
Oh!
Changing things up. Oh, it's tipped! But that's not enough. Herman's got a piece of it, but plenty of time to make the adjustment on the reception and caught anyway. But that was what they were looking for. Just threw it a little bit close to that middle defender. Maybe it would just at least have disrupted the French rhythm as they try and pick apart the Dutch zone.
Dutch zone making them work already. 20 passes to get to the midfield mark here, Benji.
That one all through a dangerous channel, and over it pops up over to Hart.
And I'm reminded of Chopo's reiteration of it, Davide Mori saying, if you make them throw over 20 passes, the turnover is coming. And in this case, they get just over, they get to 23 passes. You saw the great effort by Hermans inside that first 20, and then the forced overthrow, and the Dutch get a chance to level the score.
Yeah, you see it in lots of sports. If you can just continually keep teams out, eventually the pressure tells and they crack. Seems to be a stoppage. I don't know if that was a stoppage or she was just trying to motion players to get back into position, but I think inadvertently made the signal for the pick. Which he can't do on offense.
That is good handler defense.
Yeah, you can feel the stall count ticking up, but they get it off in time to Gardner, making the catch under tight pressure. Kalash runs through the defensive pressure. Now Gardner, can they continue the break side continuation? Give themselves a bit of space to work with. Verkerk squeezing it in there, finding Nico Hermans. He nearly got the block earlier in the point, but the Dutch got the turn, and now Hermans get the goal, and we're tied at 10, Steph.
Oh, we got a game on our hands, Benji, 10 apiece. The number, the 35-year-old Nick Hermans, as you said, got the touch on that earlier, almost gave his team the defense. I think it was great team defense that did eventually get that turnover for them, and such good patience and that breakthrough to finish there. Hermans gets the goal, but big credit to Verkerk going around, busting the mark, not just breaking, that was busting the mark right open, Benji. A beautiful throw. That's one of those, are you actually marking me? Because I can throw anywhere I want right now. He was feeling it, was Timo Verkerk. And I'm feeling that this game has got it all going on. There you see Timo Verkerk. He's got 1-1-1. The turn he could live without, but a block and the assist there. Looking very good for the Dutchman.
He's in the positives, that is one thing at least. Kayla. Down the line to Bruni. We haven't seen this French line necessarily have the same impact in the second half. Of every side holding so far, as that's a nice high grab made there by Picheri from Angers of Magic Disc. Back to Kayla. Looks frustrated that there's not really the separation he wants downfield. Nice little adjustment there on the mark to take away the under to Lemaitre. Kayla down the far side, Lemaitre doesn't want the force. Instead going to Aubert. Maillard. Out in front. Aubert. Into and through the centre. Just showing the offhand, but instead going back to Aubert. Taylor's a break side dump option. They're going to go for the break side downfield, and Lemaitre gets the goal that her defensive pressure probably earned.
Yeah, great work by Lemaitre there. I like the assist by Aubert. Pichery had a nice high grab in the attacking end in the red zone. That was a good, patient hold for the French. 15 passes, had to work for it. Never a huge chance for a defensive bid by the Dutch, but great overall team pressure. They were there, no free throws. Most cuts were quickly covered up and not too much space given until right there at the very end. A great goal for Lemaitre, adds her second goal to a trio of blocks. She's having a game. The French stay ahead, 11-10. Time ticking away. There's another look at her scoreline. Thank you to Force Ultimate for powering our stats. The wonderful people there. The wonderful uniforms you see the French in. Outfitted by Force. And there's one out there who is a force of the Force. Cyril Kela. Love his work and all he does for the brand and for his country.
Well, you're burying the lead that they're also the official outfitter of ULTI.TV.
I forgot that. And how good do we look? I know.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a question you really wanted to ask.
Yeah,
oh, that one off the hands. France going to get the red zone opportunity. Guyot Limoine thought about going straight to the end zone, but instead going to bounce it back and forth. Trying to get defenders on skates downfield, taking the break side option. The throw went a little bit late from Affile, and it went to the ground as well.
Ooh, the Dutch get another chance to hold.
I don't know why he hosted it. If he'd gone for it first time, it would have been an easier option.
Maybe it's the nerves, Benji. Maybe they feel the pressure of these lights and the cameras.
As the disc from Gardner is exceptionally ambitious. And I think he knows it as well.
Just a response to the chats out there. Ravi Vasudevan, he knows all about happy wife, happy life. He needed to know that there was some great handling out there from the 89 shirt as well. Ingeborg Kulas. And indeed, he is right.
Now it's France's turn to look deep. This one is going to require the adjustment. It was physical defense downfield. Didn't matter because no one was getting there.
Yeah, not the right throw. A little rushed and a little bit of fatigue, late game, late point. And you see they feel it as Berthet picks up, calls the timeout. They're going to take a break here, are the Dutch. They know how important this hold is. They got to tie things up at 11. They do not want to stretch this to a two-break situation.
So the Dutch will delve into their offensive bag of tricks, and we'll see what they can cook up when we return here at EMUC.
He's in a great spot. He's in a perfect spot. Yes, his massive head has blocked everything. That was a huge play, but we have seen none of it. Finney, he's done it. Come on, Brad.
Have you seen our VO streams? Do you know that VO cameras are built for more tactical team sport analysis?
The inbuilt tracking technology allows you to see the game in finer detail. That's why teams are already using it, and ULTI.TV and EUF are teaming up to help you join VIO. Contact EUF administration to get more details.
France 11, Netherlands 10. A game that had a rather slow first half has sparked into life since the interval. Benji Rees and Steph Rapazzo with you for the last 10 minutes, plus cap, of course, of this mixed pool play game at EMUC. The winner of this game tops the pool and gets the free pass into the quarterfinals.
Free pass in the morning. Will likely get a match against the Belgians.
Yeah, the winner would get a game against the Belgians, of course, with the in the little seeding game, as the curse of the turnout comes to Bologna and it bites the Netherlands.
Very quickly, too.
So the timeout has not paid dividends. Can France take advantage? Looking for the break side option off the right hand.
And
Lemoine.
Another turnover that has been quickly preceded by 2 turnovers.
And that one is going to be turned right back, because maybe with the stall count rising, felt that the disc had to go deep, but it is over the top and out of reach of Hermans.
Yes, and I think I said turnover twice there, but timeout and 3 turnovers in the minute or less that have followed. We say turnout, we say time over. Recently, Benj, I don't know if I told you, but I've been saying
like the burn and turn.
The burn and turn. I do like the burn and turn. Burn one and then turn.
Trying to get free of stifling dump coverage as they run the disc through the handler set with players struggling to uncover downfield. Here's Affile. Guillaume Lemoine. Sees the little inside channel, feathers it through to Affile. Guillaume Lemoine. Again, they're utilising the inside channel well, and it's the clap of doom for Julien Gabriel.
The clap of doom. I've not heard that, and I love it, Benji.
You know it when you hear it. Completely outdrills the disc. Looking for the break side option, a little bit undercooked, but Gardner catches it anyway. Now to Ive. Handler clears through. They are going to get that reset coming off the front though. Suzanne Poik. Now here's Van Huysen. Van Huysen wants the deep option over the head of the defender into the end zone for Benoit Barthé. And we are tied once more. It is 11 apiece here, Steph.
And defender just got turned inside out, put on skates, whatever you want to call it, but totally lost the disc there. Did Taha, and the Dutch receiver there took complete advantage. Another beautiful throw by Verkerk, and look, there you see that, and literally turned around, spun around. It's Berthet with the goal. 11-11, 4 ones on that scoreboard. We've got ourselves a barn burner, Benji. 5 minutes, 47 seconds remaining. 11 apiece. We could get to 15. I think it's going to be a little quicker than that. But this just turning into a game. There you see Timo Verkerk and his stat line. 2 assists and a block on the positive side. He is providing, and the bulk of that done in the second half for the Dutchman.
Kayla will bring the disc to the brick mark to begin the point for the French offense. Clement on the mark. And Kayla taking the break side option. Wide open is Picheri. Kayla in stride, looking deep towards the far sideline. Brought down by Terrier. It's 12-11.
Tidy possession there for the French. Nice finishing cut by Terrier, and Les Bleus have struck back. Again, this game is just going back and forth. We just see a point with 8 turnovers to make it 11-11. And then the French, a quick bing, bang, boom, bing, 5 throw finish. I think we got a timeout on the field, Benji, with these 4 minutes remaining.
We do indeed. Can either side wrestle the initiative and take home the win? Someone will. Who will it be? We'll find out after the break.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
France 12, Netherlands 11, a narrow advantage here for Les Bleus going into the closing chapters of this story.
It's been a heck of a story, Benj. I'll be honest, in my head, off the top here, when it got to 4-1 for France, I thought that this was going to be a game that would be put away, put to bed early. But the Dutch have had a never say quit attitude. They've never been in front.
Nagaoka's wide open at the back. There's obviously a busted coverage of some sort. All he needs to do is get it in bounds. Oh, he went for the greatest, and they couldn't complete it. Fair play. It was the throw had to go. Nagaoka was so wide open, streaking deep. I need to have a look to see whether the greatest would have been valid had it been caught. Full marks for effort, just didn't quite work. I think it looks good to me. It's a shame that they just couldn't get on the receiving end.
Big chance for France to get big separation late in this one.
Yeah, the blown coverage from France couldn't be punished by the Netherlands. Gabriel. Here's Moquet. Müller. 3 assists already. Will he notch a 4th here? Well, he might struggle under such tight pressure. The reset goes away, but a foul is called by the Dutch defender. Maybe felt a little bit of a push off there, perhaps from Guillaume Lemoine.
Yeah, it looks like it coming from what was the front of the stack. And Lemoine didn't like it. Here's another look. I mean, it wasn't in that picture. If it was a push-off, it came very early in the sequence, which doesn't negate the potential for that to have happened. But on the portion of the replay that we saw, it wasn't exceptionally clear, we'll say that much. We just hear the timekeeping, 1 minute remaining, from the voice of Elena Bengi, the rising star in Bologna, doing double duty as a volunteer here.
I think that star's long since risen. Steph.
Yes, but continuing to rise, Benji. The limitless potential.
Excellent blowing of the whistle. They are going to say that the disc will stay here with Guillaume Lemoine, but they will allow Duel to catch up. Low release, squeaks under the mark. Oh, a miscommunication there, but Guillaume Lemoine reels it in anyway.
Having one out there.
Into the center for Njai. Going backwards, now trying to use the break side flow. Müller, that's got to go. It does go with the offhand in the Ingahui. And the timer elapsed just after that point was scored. So 13-11 will play this point and then add 1 to find our score cap.
Game to 13. That one tougher to swallow than 3-day-old frikandel for the Dutch after giving it up. Look at that replay. Le Monde doing everything to maintain possession. The French looked good after getting it back. The turnover, the big throw that went to Nagaoka and couldn't be taken advantage of, just proving treachery against the Dutch. Yes, there's still a chance, but the late game separation like this, so difficult to chip back away at. The prospects are very clear, Benji. Hold, break, or lose.
Well, France could score here, of course, because the timer went just after the point. We'd get a game to 15, and the Dutch could win 15-14. As I don't think anyone thought that ball was going to land back in bounds, but it did.
So we still have 1 point to play, Benj.
Yeah, the time cap went just after the point was scored. There's the deep shot. Oh, agonizingly out of the path of Joyner. Kayla to the front line of the end zone. Here's Bruni. Kayla looking to marshal the offense for the break. Into the center for Leroy. Kayla. That is incredible dump coverage. The two number 8s against each other on the high stall downfield. Pouponneau gets the disc. And that is a nasty one for Timo Verkerk.
Verkerk and Kayla maybe went knee to knee there. Is that how? Face to face even. Here's another look. Great grab by Pouponneau. Here. Yeah, shoulder to chin there.
His clock was well and truly cleaned, and hope Verkerk's okay, because that one looked like it hurt.
Yeah, shaken up indeed. Cleaned clock. Benji, love the way you put it in a situation that's difficult to put in any which way. You always seem to find the words.
It's almost like I do this for a living.
Yes.
Almost.
Entirely.
Disc back in on 2. Pouponneau. Swings across to Kayla. French forced into these short passes as the downfield defense clamps down. There's the break option to Bruni. Do they have the continuation? Oh, the lightning quick hands. Go, gadget arms from the French receiver for the score. The number 8 of Jeremy Aubert.
Good thing Elisa Bruni's in her hometown, because she probably knows a good place to get a drink for a reasonable price, because she owes a drink to Aubert there for keeping that one alive. That throw behind by Bruni. Aubert showing great reflexes, flexibility, athleticism to keep that one up. Here's another look. Bruni does a great job, but the throw just a bit behind, but enough. Actually, the second look, a bit behind. It wasn't terribly behind, but she might as well get him a Kinotto or a bitter drink of his choice to celebrate that goal. It is a game to 15. It's never a game to more than 15, but now with that one cashed in, with time already expired, now the Dutch prospects looking further and further away from being possible. But Benji, we've seen runs in this game. The Dutch have put in 3 in a row in this game.
Yeah, France were 4-1 up, and then the Dutch brought it to 4-all. And when you get to universe, anything can happen. Nagaoka. Myers trying to direct traffic. Oh, it's off the hand, but it's still alive. Good second effort grab They're trying to strike with the instant deep shot, backpedaling to the back of the end zone. There's the clean hold the Dutch would have wanted to get this train rolling. Can they power themselves to the comeback is going to be the question.
Rudenko, 5th goal of the game, turns that one into a back pedal. She's caught a couple beautiful long shots. She's towed some sidelines. She's towed some back lines. She's backpedaled and caught over the head. She's doing a bit of everything out there for the Dutch, but they're going to need a monumentous effort still from Rudenko and everybody else sporting the oranje, the orange jerseys, because time has run out. 1 point away from victory are the French, and the Dutch will only be able to have their D-line out on the field. And to make this happen, Benz, well, minimum of 3 turnovers generated, minimum of 3 conversions on those generations. A monumentous task for the Dutch, but I reckon they're up for it. I mean, why would they have come all the way to Bologna if they weren't up to close out a game like this?
Fair point, Steph. Fielded on the bounce by Aubert. The French could end things here if they can score, but obviously the Dutch want anything but that as they go with the zone. They're trying to just throw something different at the French, see if maybe they can get a cheap turnover while their offense adjusts. Gaylor. Far sideline Bruni. There's the blade over the top from Kaylor. All that's into double coverage.
Oh!
And the call is answered anyway. Foul called on the reception as Pouponneau maybe got a little bit more than he bargained for.
Yeah, not entirely happy with it. He had defenders coming from both sides there. Pouponneau did a heck of a job to hang on to that. That is a huge catch in a huge moment for Jérémy Pouponneau.
Back to Kaylor. I wonder if after throwing that spicy blade, he wants to just crank the Scoville scale down a couple of units. And now the French trying to run through. Kaylor. They've got the far side option of Bruni. Dutch staying with the zone, but the French playing against it with some purpose. Right tight on this sideline, Maillard. Cheeky little scuba into the center. Popped off just outside the end zone, not anymore, in the end zone. Picheri to Kaylor, and France will close out the 15-12 victory.
Great game there by all involved. The French were the better team, I mean by results most certainly, and by my estimation throughout the game they seemed to have the ongoing advantage. The Dutch were playing from behind, trying to stay in it, and in the very end there with the huge task that the Dutch were faced with, the French were able to hold their way to a closed door for the Dutch, which equals a pool victory for the French. They will win this pool as they win this game, and they will carry these 2 victories into their power pool clash tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so the way the mixed master schedule works is the pool winners get a little a seeding game essentially. For France, that puts them against Belgium. The outcome of that game, obviously you want to win every game, build good momentum going forward, but it doesn't knock you out of the bracket at all. Just puts you maybe ideally in a better position going into the quarterfinals. If the Dutch want to make that quarterfinal, they will have to knock off the Irish in their crossover match. Here are the match stats powered by Force Sportswear. See France more clean holds overall, obviously less turns and more breaks, and they generated a fair amount more break chances, almost, in fact, a little bit over 50% more break chances, and with a better conversion percentage as well. I think looking at that, their stats don't tell the whole story, but I think they say roughly that the 15-12 victory isn't an unfair result, Steph.
No, I think that is a perfect result of how that game played out. The French had the decided advantage throughout. I mean, they took the advantage right from the get-go. The very first portion of the game. They conceded a hold and then hold, break to stretch it to 4-1. They let the Dutch back in. They never let the Dutch take a lead, and they walked this one to the finish line in the end. They did what they had to do to get the win. Dutch put up a great fight. I mean, huge efforts. I'll give it, Nagaoka had a huge game, and Rudenko was a menace in the end zone. 5 goals.
5 goals.
I mean, gotta give credit where credit's due. The French on the other side of the ball with the win. I mean, Affilé, shout out Le Maître. 3 blocks and a goal to her name. I thought she had a huge game, getting those stats, and outside of it as well, she was always menacing.
Very influential. Very influential. France are going to be a tough prospect for anyone who faces them into the bracket. Have they got things they can clean up? Sure they have, and I think they know it as well, but they've put in some good groundwork today, winning both of those games, and that is day 1 at EMUC, done and dusted and in the books. Of course, we've still got 2.5 more days of this to come, and we are right back with you at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, here live and free on ULTI.TV. So make sure you stay tuned into the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You know all the various calls to action that you get in literally every single YouTube video at this point. It's not a surprise to anyone. And hey, while you're there, why not go and check out our Patreon, patreon.com/ULTI.TV. That is where you can find out more about what you do and help pledge your support to grow the growth of the game and spread free live Ultimate to as many people as possible.
And Benji, while we're at it, one last plug. You can look like us and wear ULTI.TV gear. Go check out our ads that we're putting out. Look at how handsome we are. You can look just like Benji and I and the whole ULTI.TV crew. Get online, go to the Force page. There's links here, there's links there. You can get our iconic flipped sequence shirts. What do they say?
I think for the general public versions, prep, watch, pints, sleep, repeat. And we've done the first 2, so...
where are we at? I guess pints.
o'clock. Doesn't have to be alcoholic, of
If
course.
we must.
We're a broad church, but I think we might share a beer or 2 ready to get fresh for tomorrow morning.
I'm going to have a pint of water, of course.
Very
Great
wise.
day here in Bologna, Bench. I've had a blast, and I can't wait till tomorrow, too.
So much more action to come, and as well, we've got some extra divisions for you because the Women's Masters kicks things off tomorrow, their first game, so interesting to have even more Ultimate for you to feast your eyes upon. On behalf of all of our wonderful ULTI.TV crew and the one and only Steph Patso alongside me, Benji Reese, we will see you on the other side for more from EMUC.
I lost my way. I can walk and stand, can't talk, can't fly without you now. I'm so lost without you. I won't make it without you. I'm so lost without you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.